Have you ever been near someone whose mere presence drains your energy, manipulates your emotions, or leaves a trail of chaos? Unfortunately, evil doesn't exist only in myths or movies. It's real, surrounds us, and even more unsettling, often acts subtly. But don't worry, with a bit of awareness, it's possible to identify warning signs and protect yourself. People with malicious intentions don't show up with horns or tails, but their actions reveal their true nature. They manipulate, destroy, and exploit your kindness for personal gain. The good news? You don't need to be a detective to recognize them. Ancient Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, shared timeless teachings on how to identify these individuals and protect yourself from them. In this text, I will reveal 10 clear signs that you're dealing with a malicious person, signs you simply can't ignore. These reflections will help preserve your peace and protect your energy. Let's dive into this learning journey and understand how to navigate the world with clarity and confidence. Number 1. Constant manipulation. Seneca said, "He who has many fears also has many things to manipulate." This phrase is not just a reminder, but a warning about the power of manipulation in the hands of malicious individuals. These people don't thrive on integrity, but rather by distorting reality, turning lies into their most effective weapons. I recall an experience with a coworker I initially trusted. He was skilled at praising me in front of others, making me feel valued. However, behind the scenes, he began spreading subtle narratives that undermined my work, turning small mistakes into major issues for management. When I realized something was wrong and confronted him, he remained calm, saying he just wanted to help me improve. This made me question myself. Was I doing something wrong? I started doubting my own abilities. In truth, he wasn't helping me. He was pushing me into a state of dependence, trying to make me believe I needed his guidance to be good enough. This is how manipulation works. It not only disorients you but corrodes your self-confidence. Manipulators don't build relationships based on trust and honesty. They exploit your vulnerabilities to gain control. Stoic philosophy teaches that the key to combating manipulation is clarity and self-control. A truly virtuous person will always guide you toward independence, not trap you in dependence. If someone constantly disregards your boundaries and seeks to control your decisions, it's a clear sign you need to distance yourself. Remember the wisdom of Epictetus. No man is free if he is not master of himself. By refusing to participate in this manipulative game, you regain control over your thoughts and decisions. You don't need to argue or justify yourself. Just step away from manipulation and maintain your freedom. Number 2. A mask of charm. Epictetus reminded us that appearances, no matter how dazzling, often hide the truth. Have you ever met someone whose charm seemed almost perfect, as if straight out of a movie script? A radiant smile, smooth words, and the ability to make you feel special? At first glance, everything may seem flawless. But upon closer inspection, you may realize that behind this facade lies a motive far from sincerity. Genuine charm is wonderful. It connects people, builds trust, and creates meaningful relationships. But in the hands of someone with dark intentions, charm becomes a dangerous weapon. They know how to capture your heart, disarm you with carefully chosen words, and present themselves as the ideal friend, perfect partner, or trustworthy mentor. However, this charm is hollow, like a shiny shell hiding a bitter truth. Marcus Aurelius warned us. The soul takes on the color of its thoughts. These individuals not only manipulate but use charm to mask their true nature, selfishness, deceit, and manipulation. Observe how these people behave when no one is watching. How do they treat those who have nothing to offer? Words can be beautifully adorned, but actions reveal true character. I remember a friend who had an impressive ability to make everyone feel adored. He praised people generously, making them believe they were special to him. Over time, I realized he wasn't who he seemed to be. His compliments felt calculated, serving as tools to get something in return. And when there was nothing left to gain, he would quickly distance himself, often speaking ill of the same people he once praised. How can you break free from this enchantment? Don't ignore the subtle signals of your instincts. If you feel charmed but also uncomfortable, trust that feeling. These manipulative people rely on your willingness to ignore the warning signs and believe the illusion they've created. Stoic philosophy teaches us that truth doesn't need disguises. Genuine kindness shines on its own without artifice. So look beyond dazzling appearances and seek the truth behind them. True goodness needs no masks. Number 3. Lies without conscience. Marcus Aurelius once advised that nothing should be done if it is not just, and nothing should be said if it is not true. For truly malicious people, however, truth is merely an obstacle. They do not lie by accident, but because deceit has become part of their nature. Their lies are not random but carefully crafted to achieve specific goals, such as gaining power, avoiding responsibility, or distorting your perception of reality. Imagine a friend who constantly tells elaborate stories to gain credibility. One day, he convinces you that he single-handedly managed a crucial project, claiming all the credit for its success. However, upon reviewing documents and emails, you realize this is not true. When confronted, instead of admitting the lie, he accuses you of misunderstanding, shifting the focus to irrelevant details. This is how experienced manipulators operate. They make you doubt your memory and judgment, silently eroding your perception of reality. They exploit your uncertainties, convincing you that they know more than you do, thus controlling the narrative. Their lies require constant maintenance, with new layers of deceit to cover up the previous ones. But there is a weakness in this. The truth needs no maintenance, while lies are fragile and always on the brink of being exposed. To protect yourself, pay attention to inconsistencies. Do their stories change under pressure? Do their actions align with their words? Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on actions, as they reveal a person's true character. When you notice discrepancies, trust your observations, ask questions, and demand transparency. Most importantly, set boundaries. Honesty is not only the foundation of relationships, but a reflection of integrity. And when dishonesty persists, do not hesitate to walk away. Stoicism reminds us that true strength lies in mastering oneself and distancing from anything that threatens your values and peace. When facing someone who lies without conscience, stand firm, observe their actions, and protect yourself from this web of deceit. Number 4. Lack of empathy. Seneca observed that human beings are social creatures, not made to live solely for themselves. Empathy is the bridge that connects us, allowing us to share joys and sorrows. However, for truly malicious people, others are merely pieces in their selfish games. They genuinely do not care about your happiness or suffering unless it serves their personal interests. The absence of empathy is not just a character flaw, it is an open window to an empty soul. Imagine talking to a friend, pouring your heart out about a problem weighing on your life. Instead of offering support, they divert. "Oh, you think that's bad? Let me tell you about my day." This isn't an isolated act, but a pattern. These people not only ignore your vulnerability, but often treat it as trivial. In more extreme cases, they silently revel in your difficulties, leaving a void where empathy should be. Empathy is not a luxury, but the foundation of meaningful relationships. Without it, interactions become transactional, one-sided, and emotionally draining. Malicious individuals use a lack of empathy to achieve selfish goals. They may feign compassion when convenient, but their apathy becomes evident as soon as the mask falls. Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, "Stop debating what a good man should be, just be one." So, what should you do when faced with this indifference? First, establish firm boundaries, protect your peace, and do not allow someone else's coldness to diminish your worth. Seek relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, those that uplift rather than destroy. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your successes and stand by you during difficult times. Because true connection is rooted in empathy, not exploitation. Number 5. Hunger for control. For a malicious person, control is not just a habit, but their reason for being. They desire to dominate everything around them, from your relationships and thoughts to your smallest decisions. Marcus Aurelius said that the mind is under our control, not external circumstances. When you understand this, you discover your true strength. But this strength is precisely what malicious people seek to take from you. They know that controlling your mind is the key to controlling your entire life. Once, I met someone who initially seemed trustworthy. Their advice was careful and seemingly helpful. Over time, however, a concerning pattern emerged. This person began inserting subtle and destabilizing comments into conversations, making me doubt my decisions and feel I needed their guidance to act correctly. When I considered participating in an important project, this person convinced me I wasn't capable, persuading me to let them take the lead. At the time, I agreed because I had lost confidence in my own judgment. In hindsight, it became clear that they only wanted to keep me under their control, ensuring I never grew beyond them. These people don't just want to influence your actions. They want to dominate your thoughts and emotions. They use guilt, shame, or sweet words to make you dependent. Their goal is not your growth, but keeping you under their control. Over time, you begin doubting yourself, your abilities, and your worth, losing your autonomy. Epictetus wisely said that freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and this freedom arises when we refuse to be controlled by what is beyond our influence. Malicious people know this and will do everything to imprison your mind. But you don't have to live like this. You have the right to reject their games. Ask yourself, is this aligned with my values? Use this question as a compass to guide your actions. Autonomy is the greatest power you possess, and no one has the right to take it from you. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the quality of our thoughts determines the happiness of our lives. Don't allow anyone to shape your reality or make you question your worth. Protect your mind. It is the starting point for true freedom. People who genuinely care about you will never try to control you. On the contrary, they will encourage you to make your own decisions and grow in your own way. So stand firm, defend your space, and let your mind guide you to the freedom you deserve. Number 6. Guilt games and responsibility avoidance. Seneca wisely observed that people often prefer to trust rather than judge, something manipulators exploit to their advantage. Instead of taking responsibility for their actions, they craft stories where they are always the victims. In doing so, they avoid consequences and shift blame to others with unsettling skill. As Seneca highlighted, truth stands firm without justification, while lies require elaborate narratives to be sustained. Imagine dealing with someone who constantly avoids responsibility. Whenever something goes wrong, this person refuses to admit mistakes, blaming you or external circumstances. I once worked on an important project with a close friend. When problems arose, instead of acknowledging her mistakes, she quickly criticized my organizational approach, leaving me wondering if I was the problem. The worst part was the subtle tone, as if it were merely constructive feedback. These individuals are masters at creating narratives that distort reality and confuse your judgment. They manipulate emotions, making you feel guilty even when the fault is not yours. Relying on your sensitivity, they build stories where they are always the victims and you become the villain. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that truth stands by itself. When facing these people, maintain an objective perspective and avoid letting emotions guide your reactions. Anchor yourself in facts and don't hesitate to question or refute false allegations. Demand clarity calmly but firmly. To deal with these situations, set clear boundaries and refuse to participate in the psychological games they use to evade responsibility. Stand firm in your truth, ensuring they don't manipulate or distort reality. Integrity and accountability are marks of strong character. When someone consistently avoids admitting their mistakes, their true nature is revealed. Your role is to protect your peace and step away from these games. Number 7. Pleasure in the suffering of others. One of the most disturbing traits of a truly malicious individual is the satisfaction they derive from the suffering of others. Epictetus wisely advised, "Associate with those who make you better." However, these people do not seek growth or support. They look for opportunities to degrade and find joy in the pain of others. This toxicity can manifest subtly, through sarcastic comments, laughter at misfortunes, or a satisfied smile when witnessing someone's failure. Over time, these attitudes reveal their true nature. They don't seek to elevate themselves through hard work or merit, but by stepping on the backs of those they bring down. I once knew someone who loved recounting other people's mistakes with strange enthusiasm. One day, she laughed when a colleague was publicly reprimanded at work. At first, I thought it was just indifference, but over time it became clear, this was her way of feeling powerful. Seneca stated that no one is more miserable than the person who never faces adversity. However, for these individuals, adversity is not a lesson but a tool. Their joy doesn't come from meaningful achievements, but from seeing others stumble. They sabotage, gossip, or cause harm to feed their ego. At the root of this behavior lies deep insecurity. They need to see others suffer to feel better about themselves. To counter this, Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of protecting your self-worth and choosing relationships that promote growth. Recognize the signs: indifference to suffering, delight in others' failures, or obsession with errors to feel superior. Distance yourself, as every moment spent with these people is a loss of peace and self-esteem. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who celebrate your growth instead of diminishing it. True joy is not built on the suffering of others, but on shared successes and genuine relationships. Number 8. Isolation as a weapon. Marcus Aurelius said that human beings are born to cooperate. Our strength lies in unity, shared experiences, and the encouragement of those who care for us. But for malicious people, this natural order is precisely what they seek to disrupt. One of the most powerful weapons they use is isolation. By distancing you from loved ones, friends, or support groups, they not only weaken your emotional strength but also make you easier to control and manipulate. I once had a friend who initially seemed genuine and caring. Over time, she began making subtle negative comments about people close to me. Your best friend doesn't treat you well, or your family doesn't understand you like I do. At first, I dismissed it, thinking she only wanted the best for me. But as time went on, these remarks became more frequent, creating doubts and distancing me from relationships that had always been my greatest support. This approach is not accidental. It is a calculated psychological maneuver. These people sow insecurity, making you believe that only they truly care. The more isolated you become, the greater the control they exert. But there's something they don't want you to realize. True strength comes from connection and genuine relationships. Unity is the foundation of resilience. If you begin to feel lonely or distanced from your loved ones, stop and reflect. Re-evaluate the situation. Trust your instincts, and don't hesitate to reach out to those who truly matter. Talk to friends, family, and close confidants. They are the foundation that keeps you grounded, even when life feels unstable. Stoic philosophy reminds us that we were not made to live in isolation. We are part of a larger community, and authentic relationships are where our true power lies. Therefore, protect your connections, and you will find the strength needed to overcome any manipulation. Number 9. Disguised envy. Envy is a toxic emotion, but it becomes even more dangerous when masked as concern or goodwill. Seneca reminded us that envy is the ulcer of the soul. Those who harbor it often do not offer advice to motivate, but to undermine your self-confidence. These people cannot bear the happiness or success of others. Under the guise of praise or well-intentioned suggestions, they sow doubts about your worth. I remember a friend who always seemed very interested in my achievements. After completing a major project I was proud of, she commented, "That's great, but maybe next time you should put in a little more effort to reach a higher standard." At first, I thought it was sincere advice, but upon reflection, I noticed a subtle tone, not to encourage me, but to diminish my accomplishment. False praise often comes with remarks that weaken you. Envious people don't attack directly. They prefer to plant small doubts, making you question your abilities. Comments like "you did well, but don't get too excited, there's always room for improvement," or "that's amazing, but I heard someone else did something similar with even better results," are common. These behaviors do not demonstrate care or goodwill. They are strategies to bring you down to their level. Envious people cannot celebrate your brilliance because it highlights the shadows within them. They do not want to see you thrive. They want you to shrink so they no longer feel threatened. Stoic philosophy teaches us to trust our intuition. If something feels off in a compliment or piece of advice, listen to that feeling. Analyze the true intentions behind seemingly harmless words. Truly kind people lift you up, offer sincere praise, and encourage your growth. In contrast, envious individuals use words as tools to control your emotions and weaken your confidence. To protect yourself, set clear boundaries and do not allow anyone to diminish your worth. Surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your achievements, who not only help you shine but also push you to reach new heights. Remember, you do not need to dim your light for others to feel comfortable. Stand firm in your value and let your light shine brightly. Number 10. The unrepentant heart. One of the clearest signs of a malicious person is their refusal to repent. Marcus Aurelius taught that we should not waste time debating what it means to be a good person, but instead act to become better. However, malicious individuals do exactly the opposite. They cling to destructive habits, never admit mistakes, and have no intention of making amends for the harm they cause. They live in denial, justifying their actions with elaborate excuses, as if the problem were never theirs. Think of someone you know, a person who always has an excuse for every mistake. When they hurt others, instead of apologizing, they blame the circumstances or argue that others are no better. When someone tries to point out how harmful their actions have been, they deflect the conversation, shift the blame, or even accuse the other person of overreacting. But what stands out the most is their complete refusal to change. For these people, reflection and correction of mistakes are signs of weakness, while stubbornness is seen as strength. This mentality contrasts sharply with Stoic philosophy, which values self-reflection, acknowledging mistakes, and making amends as signs of courage and self-respect. Unrepentant individuals not only hurt others, but also reject the opportunity for personal growth and maturity. If you are close to someone who constantly justifies their actions, avoids responsibility, and never seeks to repair the harm caused, stop and reflect. Not everyone is willing to grow or change. Protect yourself from toxic relationships like these and invest your energy in people who uplift you, who have the courage to confront their own flaws and strive to improve. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, focus your mind on thoughts and people that elevate the quality of your life. We have explored 10 clear signs that there may be a malicious person around you. Scary, isn't it? But remember, awareness is your most powerful weapon. Toxic individuals can only manipulate you when you are unaware of their tactics. By recognizing these strategies, you not only protect yourself but also preserve your inner peace from the chaos they try to cause. Marcus Aurelius taught us that true strength lies in mastering your own mind and reactions in the face of adversity. Do not let these people invade your mental space or compromise your serenity. Set boundaries, stand firm, and keep shining, because your light is exactly what they fear the most. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment "I see the signs" to show you're ready to protect yourself from negative influences. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where your wisdom will continue to grow.